What's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video. My name's Mike, and today we're going to talk about a few gift ideas for the do-it-yourselfer in your life. So, let's get to it. Alright, so up first we got some of your more budget-friendly items. Some of your lesser expensive items that every do-it-yourselfer needs. These are probably some of the first items that you should have. Every person needs a hammer. It's probably one of the first things. And a pair of pliers. And a crescent wrench. Screwdriver. So these four items are among the first you should have. A lot of your projects can be done with these four items. And then these come in handy quite often. Channel locks are great. They give you really good grip on a lot of things. A lot better leverage. They have longer handles, so you can get a lot better leverage than, say, these small pliers. And you can obviously adjust them. But these two items right here, these were among my first tools that I had. My dad bought these for me probably more than 20 years ago. I still have them, and I still use them on a regular basis. The screwdriver, for instance, it's basically 4 in 1. You have your two large size Phillips head and flathead, and then you can flip it around. And then you have your small sizes. This one took some getting used to because most of them that are like this have both sizes of Phillips on one end and then both sizes of flathead on the other. So this one took some getting used to, and sometimes I still go flipping around and have to go through all of it in order to get the right one. They're built to last. So I think I don't even know how long I've had this one, but it's probably been upwards of 20 years as well. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to go brand specific or anything like that. Any inexpensive would probably do most people just fine, and maybe not the professional, but I'll try and find some links of some generic ones and throw them down in the description. So let's move on to the next. Alright, so now we're talking caulking guns. This is definitely something every do-it-yourselfer should have. This is just a generic one. Workforce, I don't know when and where I bought this, whether it was Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere else. Not entirely sure. But definitely something that everybody should have. But if you want to step up your game, I say you just throw this one aside and you get yourself an electric caulking gun. This particular one's by Ryobi. Anybody that knows me knows that I have a sea of yellow and black in my garage. I definitely prefer DeWalt when I have the option, but when it came to an electric caulking gun, the Ryobi was 1/5 the price that the DeWalt caulking gun was, and had better reviews. Actually had significantly better reviews. The thing that they were saying about the DeWalt was this piece was plastic and would break, and on the Ryobi it's actually metal. Now, I'm not down talking Ryobi or anything like that. They have very budget friendly tools, and the thing that I love about Ryobi is they're very innovative. They have a lot of creative products, especially for this 18-volt lithium line, and they have tons and tons of products. It's just maybe they're not executed in the highest quality, but if you're not a professional and you're just a do-it-yourselfer, seldomly use your tools, then Ryobi will do you just fine. I mean, I think that this one was like $40 without a battery, and the DeWalt caulking gun was $200 without a battery. So this has definitely made doing long beads a whole lot easier. You can adjust the speed of it. Most of the time I just have it on low. I rarely crank it up. The only thing that bugs me is this little lock right here on the switch. That thing drives me nuts because every time I go to pull the trigger, that thing will be engaged. I might take it apart and just take that out because it just drives me nuts. But definitely suggest an electric caulking gun. So let's move on to the next item. Moving up the list. All right, next we have circular saw, and see, here's a DeWalt. So this one is a 20 volt, 6.5 inch circular saw. And for most of my projects that require cutting, this is what I'm grabbing. Because most of my projects are too small to wrestle with getting the table saw or the miter saw out and setting it up and plugging it in and cleaning up. It's a lot quicker just to grab this and make my quick cuts. I'm not the greatest when it comes to getting them straight or square. If I need to get detailed like that, I will get out the table saw or the miter saw. But most of the stuff this will do just fine for me. And I bought this without a battery as a bare tool because I already have other tools with batteries, so I already had the battery. So this particular one I didn't need the battery for. Now, one of the things that I love so much about it is I bought this guy right here. And this allowed me to do some rip cuts. You're able to slide it in and lock it down at different lengths. And this was great for ripping stuff. I tried the Craig kit and it was awful. So I was able to find this. It was like $11 on Amazon. And I just had an extra bolt that fit the threads that are built into the saw. And it works great. I use that all the time as well. So I keep that right next to the saw. And I just leave this bolt in there so that I can just quickly make cuts and don't have to dig out a huge saw. So this is fantastic. And I want to say that without the battery, it's around $100 or $120. But definitely a good gift idea if your do-it-yourselfer does not already have one. Moving on. All right, now how about a work table? This is definitely a necessity. So this one is by Works. I actually ordered the Ketter, and when it arrived, it was in pieces. So it was clearly very brittle, and so I just returned it and got a refund. And I got the Works work table. So this one folds open really easy. So, bam, it's open. So nice and easy like that. It's sturdy, doesn't wobble. Has little pockets, and even comes with some clamps that you can use in these tracks here. This particular table runs about $100. You can find them at Lowe's and Home Depot and on Amazon and all sorts of places. So this is definitely a must-have. I use this all the time. I keep it folded up against the wall in the garage. So whenever I need it, I can just flip it out and I'm ready to go. When it comes to folding it down, it's a little bit longer than setting it up. But still not difficult. Well, it's nice and flat. You can stick it up against the wall, out of the way. So this is another great gift idea right here. The Works work table. All right, moving on. So what about a welder? Maybe your do-it-yourselfer needs a welder or wants a welder. This one I suggest, especially for a beginner or a do-it-yourselfer, for small jobs or learning. This is the one that I got. It's Handy Core by Lincoln. Probably their least expensive welder that they make, but it's still Lincoln. It's a DC welder, wire-fed, flux core. It does not accept gas, so keep that in mind. But for anything that I do, this has done fantastic. I've welded gates, I've welded my exhaust, and I think I've welded a few other things. I wouldn't weld anything that I need to trust my life to because I'm not that good of a welder, and this one's probably not the best welder for things like that. But for small jobs and to have around and be portable, this is fantastic. It's not insanely expensive of a welder, so this is a great gift idea. Don't forget some protective gear. This is just a jacket by Lincoln that protect heavy cotton, a pair of gloves, go up the arms a little bit, that's always nice. This is the welding mask that the welder comes with. It's just terrible. It's got a handle. You're supposed to hold it in front of your face with one hand as you weld with the other, and this is garbage. Just that can be tossed out. You can just throw that away. This is what I got. I got a cobalt mask from Lowe's, and this is got an auto dimming, and I really like this. This is a fantastic mask. This works great, and I'm not going to mess around with my eyesight because that would not be fun to lose. So if I have it, I'd like to keep it for as long as I can. So, what about a ladder? Does your do-it-yourselfer have a ladder? If not, they need one. So right here we got one by Little Giant, and they come in 4 different sizes. This is their biggest one. They range from 13 foot, 17 foot, 22 foot, and 26 foot. So they're rated by their fully extended height. So this will fold out completely and go straight up and extend all the way out. So this will extend out and go considerably higher. You can extend each side as you go. And then it will also fold straight out and go straight up for an extension style ladder. So this one is the 26 foot, but this one is a little heavy and a little cumbersome. There are other brands like Warner which are way heavier. So this one actually is a little bit easier to work with than the Warner. It is a little bit more expensive, but especially with these handles right here, it makes it a lot easier. This one also has quad locks up on the corners, up here in the corners. There's 4 pins on each side instead of just 2. Pop them in, fold flat for storage. Maybe they don't need the 26 foot. Maybe they can get by with one of the smaller ones. I probably could have gotten by with one of the smaller ones, but for some reason I thought that I needed the tallest one that they had, so this is the one that I went with. Alright, so finally we got my number one pick that every do-it-yourselfer and professional should have. This is an impact driver. This is my go-to tool. I probably use this single tool more than anything else that I own. I'm always reaching for this. This is fantastic. This is fantastic to have. I like this considerably better than just a standard drill. It did come in a kit. So it came with the impact driver, a drill, a charger, and 2 batteries. You can also get kits with the impact driver, the drill, and the circular saw, and then it comes with a flashlight. Who needs that? I have tons of other flashlights. I wouldn't be grabbing this one. So this is definitely my favorite tool right here. Most used. You can definitely see that it's had some wear. Hit to focus on it. Wear and tear, beat up, dropped, thrown, whatever. It's definitely been through the ringer, but highly recommend one of these. If your do-it-yourselfer doesn't have one of these, when they get one, they'll love it too. You ever fight with a drill trying to get screws in, then you'll see how much of a difference the impact driver will make. So those are my gift ideas for the do-it-yourselfer in your life. Links to many of these products can be found in the description down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more I Can Do It Myself videos. See you on the next one.